Good evening, everyone. Susan Campfield here with SueStampfield.com. Welcome to my stamp room. Come on in. We're going to relax and create together. I hope you're doing well on this Saturday night. I go live every Tuesday night and Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Would love to have you join in at any time. And we're going to make a beautiful fun fold card tonight. Surprise! I love fun folds. And I asked some advice of what color to use over on my Facebook group. And um, the Sue Stampfield Facebook group, anyone else welcome to join there. There were 161 comments on people voting on which of the three colors they would like, but Facebook would only show me 60 of them. So when I went to tally, I only got 60 that I could tally, but it was pretty obvious from that 60. So I'm hoping that that is mostly what people want. We'll go with that, but you guys can chime in too. We'll see if make sure everybody is on the same page. Nancy wants to know if there's any news on my $1 million stamp set. It is going to be a while. I'm going to be meeting with the designers later, a couple months from now, actually, beginning of September. And so, and then there'll be a whole production thing and creation thing. And so it'll be a while. And whenever I'm allowed to tell you, I will, but I pretty much signed my life away. So I don't think there'll be much I can tell you, but I will keep you in the loop. I will be putting some posts out on my Facebook group because I would like your opinion on some certain things as I plan out this set, because I want it to be a useful thing for everybody. So keep an eye out for some polls over on the Sue Stampfield Facebook group. All right, let's dive in. Shout out to my moderator, Mary Nass. Quick reminder that I send out free project sheets. So one went out last week. There'll be another one going out this coming week. If you're not currently subscribed to those free project sheets, you can go to SueStampfield.com and click on subscribe for the project sheets. Let's go ahead and go down to my desktop camera here. Now I have turned off my ring light because, and I'm hoping it won't be too dark. So, let me know if it's hard to see. I'll turn it back on later. But tonight we're using, oh my gosh, you guys, look at this mess. Seriously, Susan. All right, hang on, hold the phone. I didn't even clean my space off. Here we go. Okay, so, all right, bear with me here. We are using tonight a gorgeous new bundle. Now, see, I've got other lights reflecting. Even with the ring light turned off, there other things are reflecting. So maybe it doesn't matter. We're using the Frosted Forest. I cannot talk tonight, you guys. This is going to be a bumpy one. Frosted Forest bundle, and the Frosted Forest bundle comes with 3 parts. Susan can't use her words tonight. Oh boy, I should be drinking wine, but I'm drinking ice water. Let me know what's in your cup tonight. So usually the Stampin' Up! Bundles come with a stamp set and dies or a stamp set and punch. This one actually comes with 3 parts. It comes with the masks. These are only some of the masks. Hang on, there's more. Hold the phone. Oh, I forgot to bring Kay's card up, did I? Oh, shoot. Okay, I'll have to go grab that. The Frosted Forest decorative masks. There's 3 that go with this, this beautiful giant tree here. And then there is this set that has the large and the small spruce or pine or evergreen. Choose whichever verbiage you want on that. I'm going to say evergreen. Ooh, Sauvignon Blanc and sugar-free soda. We got all the things covered tonight. This set, now tonight we're going to make more of a Christmas card, but you can see the set does not have to be Christmas. It has, gosh, did I bring that card up or not? I don't think I did. I shared it in a previous video. Okay. I'm gonna have to run down and get it. Okay, this tree here, it actually, if you look closely at the stamp set or the stamped image, it actually does look like needles on that, like pine needles, so more like a ponderosa pine, maybe a redwood, something like that. But it also makes a fabulous like oak tree, especially if you only use the mask and not the stamp. But even with the stamp, it can be a tree is what I'm trying to say. And then the greetings we have are: no beauty shines brighter than that of a good heart. Thinking of you and how you strengthen my life. Birthday wishes for a day as great as you are, and a thank you. So you can see there's no holiday greetings in this. We are going to make a holiday card with it because it can go all directions, right? So we're going to dive right in. I'm just flipping through the comments here. Um, someone accidentally made a caffeinated coffee instead of the decaf they intended. Now, the dies are pretty cool because the big tree, oh, look, we have a dog here on here. Yeah, my little dog Mercy had a rough couple days here with the 4th of July storm, or 4th of July fireworks. And then today we had a thunderstorm go through. So she might be popping in here at any time. She's still on edge. So this one does the outline of this Christmas tree here, this evergreen. This one does the smaller evergreen. And this one, of course, does this taller tree right there. And then we have the birds. So those match up with this bird stamp here, and you do get 2 of them. So you could stamp 2 birds and die cut them out in one go. And then these are standalone. So this you can die cut the skeleton of the tree or the trunk and limbs, and then die cut leaves to go on top of it and adhere that on. And then the same with the pine tree. You can do the outline and then die cut the interior part to glue inside. So there's also this one, which has a land, I don't know, sloping ground and 3 skeleton trees. So I think of winter when I see that, but you also make a super cute Halloween, kind of like spooky trees, card. So lots of possibilities with this one. Tonight we're going to focus on this big evergreen right here. So as you may or may not know, my family has a Christmas tree farm in southern Iowa. And in fact, the tree pruning season is going on right now. It's been going on for several weeks. The trees don't grow in that perfect Christmas tree shape. They have to be shaped. And so that is heavily on my mind right now. We have pines there. We also have spruces. Spruces are not pines, they're different. So that's why I'm saying evergreen, because it kind of covers all the things. And based on what colors you use for the tree can kind of see what determines what type of tree, I guess. All right, so here's the 3 choices for ink colors that I gave to my hosted over on my Sue Stampfield Facebook group. I might turn on the light for this one. Let's turn on the light for this one. I'm going to set the mask. So the problem with using masks is the ring light I use reflects in the mask, and then I get some complaints. So we're going to try it without and see if the light works okay, so it's not distracting. So this one, I cut it out. I shouldn't have. This one is Mossy Meadow. And I just use 1 ink on all of these and just different pressures with the different layers of ink. So this is Mossy Meadow. Could use fall colors on the tree. Absolutely, Joan, on that big tree. It totally could make like an oak tree or a maple. Absolutely. This one, I use Pretty Peacock. So more of a blue-green, so like a blue spruce, Colorado blue spruce. And then this one, I use the color called Shaded Spruce, which seemed pretty obvious, right? And I like them all. I had a hard time deciding on which one I liked best. So I did ask my Sue Stampfield Facebook group, and there were lots of inputs and varying votes. But again, there were 161 votes, and Facebook only would let me see 60 of them when I went in to try to tally. So this is what I got. So the majority actually went for the Shaded Spruce out of that little sampling. So I agree with you, Sonia. I think you could do all of them and it would just be a slightly different look. Shaded Spruce was really popular, and I almost think it was because I did the masks in a little different order, which gave it a lot of intense color. And we're going to talk about that. So you can get different looks with the same color based on how hard you press on the blending brush. and which mask you're using when you do that. So let's dive right in and let's make our card. We are making a fun fold card. I'm gonna set that over there. I am going to bring in, now I could use the glass mat for this. However, I have to use a lot of lights for filming so that you guys can see well. And so not only the ring light, but my other lights all tend to reflect in my glass mat. So instead, oh, I'm on the metric side. Well, sorry, I am in the US. I'm going to, oh no, that was, no, I was on the inches. Okay. Yeah, I clearly need to be drinking wine tonight. And so we're going to use our grid paper here to protect my desk. But if you have the glass mat, you absolutely could use that. The glass mat is available right now to purchase, isn't it? It was supposed to be. I hope it is. It's while supplies last. It's part of the new online products. So we have some new products. This is part of it, called Online Exclusives. And the online exclusives, the only reason that says exclusive is that they are available online. Doesn't mean that only certain people can purchase them. It just means they're not in any publication. So they are exclusive to the online store. There's a little confusion about that, so I wanted to clarify that. I'm going to cut this paper. Now we have a couple other mask and die sets like this one. We have a floral one that is gorgeous called Layers of Beauty. I did a couple videos with that one. You can look on my channel and find these. These two I did in one video. And then this one, the tile one, this was inspired by Emma Goddard from Coastal Crafter from her Mexico swap card. So let's go ahead and die cut the piece of paper that we're going to stamp. Now I'm going to be making these cards for a swap that's due this week. I need to have 21 of these made. So I'm going to be using my paper grid paper here and kind of set it up so that I can assembly line style stamp these and reuse my paper. So I have a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of basic white here. Oh my gosh, I don't have any space. All right, I don't need this right now, right? I'm so messy, you guys. It's just sad. All right, I'm going to grab my adhesive here, and I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back here just to kind of hold this in place. It's going to make my life a little easier if this doesn't move, but I want to be able to get it off my paper later. So I'm going to put my my hands on here. My fingers have oils in them. We all do. Or my shirt has a little bit of lint. So I'm just making my adhesive less sticky. And I'm just going to put this piece right here. Is that centered? No. It's a grid paper, Susan. Let's center it. Okay. I guess I can't exactly. All right. It's off to that side now. That's fine. All right. So we can do the mask 2 different ways. When I did this video, I showed you how to do it where you do all the masking first and you stamp afterwards. When we did this one, I showed you how to stamp first and then do the masks. I think we'll stamp first tonight. I don't have great eyesight, and it's a little bit easier for me on these videos to stamp first and not have to try to line it up after I'm done. So we're going to go Shaded Spruce, won our very unofficial survey here vote. And so I'm going to ink that up. And I'm going to stamp it in the center. Right there. All right, so there we have our pine. And again, I'm using the larger pine in the set. There are 2, and the smaller pine is, or excuse me, the smaller evergreen is fuller, and this one is more spacious. And I kind of like that look of kind of like maybe snow on the branches. So, but they're both nice. I also like the little bit bigger size here. All right, you guys, this is driving me nuts. It's not centered. I'm sorry, little OCD moment here. So I should have cut it at 4. That would have been an easier number. All right, so we've got that in place, and then I'm going to get some masks here. So there's a couple. So this one is all for the big tree. So you can do the trunk, and then you can do 1 layer and 2 layers on the leaves. And again, you could do a fall tree. You don't even have to do the stamping on that. This one, we have this, see if you can see it there. Oh, we're still getting a reflection from the ring light, even though it's not on. How about that? So you can see the tree here, and let's see. Okay, we want to make sure that our masks are face up. I'm going to put the little light. Oh, I do have it on. That's right. I turned it on, didn't I? Oh boy. Okay, so this is B. Can you see B? There's the letter B. This one, these florals, it's 1 through 5. I think just because there are so many. This one is ABC because there's just the 3. So there's A. Just gonna get it in the light there so you can see it. And C. And you don't have to do them in order necessarily. Usually A has a little more, covers more area, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And then B is a more defined area. And then C is little sort of blobs around to kind of fill out the color. Little blobs. That's what I'm calling it. All right, I'm going to turn the ring light off so that it's less distracting. Okay, I'll see my other light here, but that's okay. I think we gotta have light or we won't be able to see, right? All right, so this Frosted Forest bundle, we're gonna go ahead. Mary's dropping the details about this bundle in the YouTube comments there. Thank you, Mary. So with these masks, there's a couple different ways to do it. I stamped first, so I'm just lining up the mask. Let me drop down a little bit closer since we are so dark. So you can see that my tree is lined up with my mask there, right? Bonnie thinks I need wine. Okay, I agree. I'm ready to fall on that sword. Now, if you want to make sure the mask doesn't move, you can put a sticky note down on it. Totally fine. I'm going to just shift it up a little bit here. And then I'm going to grab a blending brush. This is the small blending brush and the shaded spruce ink. You could use small or large on this. I use both. Like when I did the Pretty Peacock one, I used the big brush. I didn't really notice a huge difference because it's not a ginormous mat. I am going to go ahead and just mark in this bottom corner. There's a little notch in all of the masks. And if I mark that right now, I'll be able to make sure the others are all in line when I lay them on. So I'm going to go ahead now. You can remove a little bit. I kind of did remove a little bit when I did that. I'll take a little bit more off. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some color here. And I am putting, I would say, medium pressure on this. Medium is going to give me a medium color. Does that make sense? I didn't reload my brush. I rubbed it off on the scrap paper. So you can see that first layer of tree. Turn on a little bit of light there. So that's the first layer. And now I'm going to go to the second layer. And this one I'm going to do, let's line it up here. Should have done the top corner too. All right, that looks pretty good right there. This one I'm going to do a darker layer. Let's see what that looks like. Turn that ring light off again so it's not distracting you. And I'm just lining up this little notch with the notch in this mask so that I know I'm somewhat on target. They are, I find that they're pretty forgiving actually. So, I mean, you don't want to be way off target, but if you're a little off, it's totally fine. Doesn't matter. I didn't even stamp off on this one. I want a more intense color on this one. If you want to change it up and you want the whole tree to be more intense, you could do A really dark and then do this one lighter. That's what I did on the first one I did. So we can compare these after I'm done and see which we like better. And you can kind of play around with that and see which is your preference. Again, this one I'm doing intentionally dark. My husband and son are heading out to a movie tonight. They're going to a vintage theater to watch Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 1970 horror film. Horror films are not my jam at all. Never seen it, don't ever want to, but they love it. So it'll be a good father and son outing. Well, I get craft time. Yay for that. All right, so can you see, do I dare pull this up? Sure, why not? Can you see the intensity there of that added layer of green in the dark? Turn this on so you can see the light. These masks are so, so cool, right? Especially if you're not a huge fan of coloring, or you just don't feel really confident in coloring, in your coloring skills. These do all the heavy lifting for you. They make you into an artist, which is pretty awesome. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do the last one here. And this one again is the one that, I don't know, I think of it as like blobs of snow almost, but it's actually going to be blobs. It's kind of going to fill in some of the spaces on our tree. Now you do want to make sure that that letter C is face up, because if I have it inverted, it's not going to match up if I have it backwards. So make sure that you can see and or feel that raised letter C or A or B, whichever one it is, and then you know that you're in the right, you're all lined up. All right, this one I wanted to do the lightest. So I'm going to get my ink on there. I'm going to go to my scrap paper and remove a lot of that ink. And I'm also going to press lighter. Cool thing about these masks is a lot of that ink goes right on the mask itself, and then you can sort of pick it back up from the mask and spread it around. I don't know if I'm saying that very well, but it doesn't dry on the mask, so you can just move it around. So again, this one I am doing the lightest touch on. Let's see what we think of that. Let's pull that away. And so that just sort of filled in, made the tree a little bit fuller. If you look right here, let's pop on our light. You look right here, you can see that little blob that added on. So just added more green to the tree. And again, you can flip this around. So on this one, I actually did oh no, it looks like I did that last one darkest. To see how that fill-in blob was not light, it was darker. So that gave the whole tree a little bit more intensity. Which one do you like better? Darker or in between? Does that make sense? One or two, how about that? So much easier, Susan. And the thing is, if you're like, oh, I think I want it more intense, you can go back in, line it up, and put this back in place and add more, right? You can't take away if it's too dark. Well, yeah, you maybe have to start over, but you can always line it back up and add more. So you guys are liking the more intensity. Well, let's make this one a little more intense then. So I'm going to line this one back up. And we're going to make it just a little bit darker, a little more pizzazz. Some of you liked the second one better. Seeing both votes, the darker one on the left, several for 2. Yeah, we're kind of all over the board here. So let's make it a little darker. I'm not going to go crazy, but we're going to get a little darker here. A little more zing. Now, actually, on the swap I'm doing, my plan was to do it in Pretty Peacock, and I think I'm going to stick with that. I know that seems a little odd to be doing a tree in Pretty Peacock, which is has a lot of blue in it, but to me it's perfect for like a blue spruce. All right, let's see the big reveal. All right, so there we went darker and more intense, but I didn't go crazy. This one is still darker a little bit, but I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go ahead and go with this one. So we're gonna remove this. Somebody asked, how do you clean the mask? That's a great question. What I do, had I brought it, I could show you. I put a paper towel underneath here, and I take the like the chamois, get it all wet, and then lightly rub off the ink. It comes right off. You can also use a baby wipe. You do want to be careful on some of these masks. This one is pretty hard to have anything lift, but this one is very delicate, so you don't want to, you want to just use a gentle hand when you clean that off. They clean up very, very easy. It's water-soluble ink, so they clean up pretty nice. I'm going to pop them over there so they don't get in my card because they're still juicy. Now we're going to need this in a little bit, but again, I am really good at dipping cards, and this one's going to have a lot of white on it. I'm really good at accidentally dipping them right in the ink pad. Let me know if you've ever done that. So yeah, it almost looks 3D. It's just super cool. All right, let's go ahead and bring in the die cutting machine. And yeah, in a future video, we'll have to play with that other tree and do a fall tree. I think that would be really cool. All right, let's bring in our, what do I want to start with? We'll do our die cutting first. So we're going to set up for die cutting here. We're going to use platform number 1, the thin die adapter number 2. We're going to use my scarred up plate number 3, and another plate number 3 on top. This one has less cuts in it. So I'm going to bring my tree in here, grab my dies. Now, of course, you don't have to die cut this out. You could trim this down. I've got fingerprints on. Good thing I can die cut it out. A blob of ink down here that I did on purpose. But you don't have to die cut it out. But hey, I've got dies that'll do it. Let's go for it. Let's grab our sticky notes here, and we're just going to, I want to make sure this doesn't shift on me. I think that's aligned. All right, let's go with that. And let's go ahead and send it through. You rinse yours under cold water and stand it to dry. Great idea. Tracy does baby wipes. She buys them by the case, and she doesn't have a baby. I hear ya. They're handy. They're darn handy. All right, there we go. Let's peel that off. Someone else I know said they just fill the sink with water and dip it in there. Okay, there we have our tree. It's beautiful. Okay, so let's set that aside, and let's do a little more die cutting while we're at it here. I have not lost anything tonight. What is wrong with me? I'm getting a hot flash though, so I am going to take a sip, friends. I found a hot flash. Is that what we're saying here? Okay, I need some pippa, and I've got it over here. Okay, so we're going to do a little die cutting here. This is another new bundle that is available in the online exclusive area on the website. Greetings of the Season comes with all of these cool labels, and we're going to use this great big ginormous tag right here. It's a great way to do your Christmas tags, or if you make Christmas tags as gifts to give to your friends in like end of November around Thanksgiving, so that they can use them for their holidays. All right, so I'm also going to use the oval. All right, so we're going to go ahead and send this through. We are making an easel card. It's one of the simple fun fold cards that I love to make. Just a little bit of pizzazz, but super, super easy. And we're going to pop this off. So we got our big giant tag there. Pop this one out here. We've got our oval there. And they've got the little hole in them if you want to thread them. We're not going to do that, but we could. All right, so how are we doing here? Oh, we are going to put some ribbon in one. We're going to do some embossing. So I'm going to remove number 2, which is the thin die adapter. And I'm going to bring in an embossing folder. So this is a huge embossing folder. It is as big as my plate. And that comes in handy when I'm doing swaps or if I'm mass producing Christmas cards, because I can do multiples. Now I did use this on, hang on, I'm digging. Found it. Take a sip, everyone. I've been having fun using this embossing folder, the So Swirly embossing folder, with the this bundle, which is called Sophisticated Sled. Now, this is from the Crafternoon last month. If you haven't heard, this is the 1 in a Million Fun Fold card. And all these are available on my blog. You can check them out there, all the photos, information about the tutorial, all the things. All right, Susan, where did you put? And then here's another one that we made on a video. And I just love that so swirly because it reminds me of snow. And when I first got it, I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'll use this for, but it's perfect for, now I know I'm using it for winter cards for sure. All right, so we're going to use this. And we have a piece of cardstock here that is 5 by 4. And we're going to go ahead. Oh, you just got your new die cutting machine yesterday. Woo! That's awesome, Betty. Have fun with that. Now, with this great big embossing folder, I do find it best if I make sure that I am lined up perfectly with the bottom plate and the top plate. So I just kind of stack them all together and just straighten them all up and then set it all into the machine and go ahead and crank it through. Clunk. Jump the gun on my clunk there. All right, we did get a clunk at the end though, didn't we? All right, let's put this aside. Oh, let's see what it looks like. So exciting. Gosh, you can almost see my messy floor. There's about 100 dimensional papers on it, I think, at least. So there we have our So Swirly. Super fun, right? Yay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and cut our embossing piece here. That would require a paper trimmer. Bear with me. Who the heck? Hang on. Found it. Like halfway across the room. What the heck? All right. So we're going to cut this. This is 5 inches. So I'm going to cut it in half at 2.5 because actually for this card, I need 2 pieces that are 4 by 2.5. So I find it easier to just emboss them as one and then cut them into parts, all right? And then we'll be putting them on our card. So I'm just gonna set that over here. So again, it was 5 by 4 and I cut it in half at 2.5, which, it would make really good water for a beach theme card or a sailboat card, ocean theme card, all those things. Let's go ahead and cut our card base. So it will shock none of you to know that this card is going to have a lot of white on it because I love doing cards with lots of white space. I think they just look more elegant and classy. So we're going to cut our card base at 4¼ inches by 11. My cardstock is already 11, so I only have to cut the 4¼ part. And then we are going to score this at, what are we going to score it at, Sue? Oh, I don't know. Let's try 2 3/4 and 5.5. And again, we are making an easel card. All right, so I've got that scored. I don't know if you can see that, but trust me, it is. I'll set the paper trimmer over here so that I can lose it later. All right, so we're going to do on the center fold, which is the 5.5 fold, we're going to fold, we're going to make a mountain fold on that. All right, we're going to grab a bone folder and give it a good crease. Okay, and then I've got this second score line, and on that score line, I'm going to make a valley fold. So there's the valley, and this one is going to be on the top. All right, so this is how my card is going to be. And we're going to go ahead and put our embossed panels here. Now, I kept them in order from how I cut them apart. You totally don't have to do that, but it's kind of fun if you do. So we're going to go ahead and adhere this on here. It would require some, oh, found it. Found some adhesive. Take a sip, everyone. All right, I don't want anyone else getting hot flashes here. All right, so I've got that. Now I'm going to get it out of order. Okay, it was right like that. Okay. So we're going to pop this onto the upper part of our card. like that. Isn't that cool? So cool. And then we'll put this one down here. With embossed pieces, I do like to put adhesive all the way around because sometimes when they are embossed, they kind of change their texture a little bit. They become very wiggly, wavy a little bit. And so I want to make sure it doesn't pop off the card in any of the spots. So I am OCD, you better believe it. All right, so we've got that all set. Let's bring in that tag here. And we're going to be putting our beautiful tree, oh, isn't it stunning, onto our tag and adhering that to our card. And then our label here is going to have a greeting on it. It's going to be kind of hidden behind our tree, and it's going to be raised up so the card can stand like an easel. All right, so let's go ahead and that may not make sense, but it will in a minute. Let's go ahead and stick this on. I'm going to grab some dimensionals here and pop this up. Got a little bit of my adhesive there from when I had it stuck down on my paper. It kind of came along. It's on the back of the tree, so I'm sticking a dimensional right over that. I really like the size of this tag. It is a good size tag. Why not just cut the tag with a tree already on it so that you only cut once? Completely an option, and I'll tell you why I didn't do that. Because I wanted that little bit of dimension from the popping the tree up. Otherwise, it is kind of flat. But that is, you know, if you prefer flat things for mailing, you are absolutely right. You could just stamp it and cut it, just die cut the tag and stamp the tree on there. I also like having it hang down a little bit. You can even hang it. My other one hangs kind of right off the tag. In fact, my other one was down a little bit farther. Ooh, maybe I should put this one down a little bit further. Let's see if I can. Oh, totally can do it. Uh-oh. I'm glad I did that because look, I ended up not getting that little back off of that one all the way. I'm going to slide it down a little bit so it's sort of hanging off the end. Just a teeny tiny bit, a skosh off the end of my tag there. Okay. Now it got wonky. This is at the tree farm where we would have accidentally hit this one with a tractor. All right, kind of got it a little bit off kilter. You just stomp on at the base of the tree and straighten it right back up. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's going to go right there. And then I'm going to grab my little label here. This one I am also going to attach with dimensionals, but first I want to put some ribbon through there. Let's go ahead and stamp this. Grab our ink pad here. And for this one, oh my goodness, I didn't even clean the stamp. Hold on. Seriously. Get creating and then you just can't be bothered on cleaning. So I'm going to grab my Stampin' Mist cleaner and my Stampin' Scrub here and just clean up my stamp because it's in Pretty Peacock. Switching over to Shaded Spruce here. So this one says Love and Joy. This is out of the same Greetings of the Season bundle that had these tags in it. I've been using this Love and Joy one a lot because I really like the font on it. Okay. And let's close this back up. Might have got my finger in it, maybe not. All right, so this tag is actually going to go right behind here. Okay, this one I do want to raise up as well because this is going to be my little stand for my easel. So I'm going to go ahead and put 1, 2, 3 dimensionals on it. And we are going to be covering up that hole with an embellishment. The little hole in our tag there. You could also do another ribbon in that. All right, so this one we want to add a ribbon, and I'm going to grab this iridescent striped trim. Is that what we should use, guys? It's shimmery. Yeah, let's use that because I've got some other white options like this diagonal stripe white ribbon And this one, which is one of the new online exclusives, what's this one called? Frayed Grosgrain Ribbon. But I think either of those are going to be a little more difficult with this tiny hole. This one is really, really lightweight. It's going to be easy to tie. Oh, look, that paper just wants to join the fun. It does not want to stay on the desk. It's the same one that was stuck back of the tree. All right, let's pull our ribbon through here. Come on, Sue. All right, this is where we grab a tool to get a little bit of help. All right, take your pick tool to the rescue. Maybe. I've also used not dental floss, but those floss threaders that you can buy. I use those a lot for baker's twine or those types of things. But this one, actually, if you just kind of cut it to a fine point, it's pretty easy to get through. And I did not bother to do that. So now I'm remembering why I did that last time. All right, let's go ahead and tie this in a knot. Now this pretty ribbon is in the annual catalog. It's just got that iridescent shine, which kind of goes with our snowy look. So this, just tie this nice and tight here. Anyway, this is in the annual catalog. It was out of stock for a while. I am not 100% sure if it's back in stock right now or not. I can check here when we're done. All right, so I'm just flipping it around so that my ribbon tails are kind of down instead of going up. Totally personal choice on that. And then I'm going to trim this. Oh, let's just angle cut it that way. Again, I'm choosing this ribbon because it's really light and easy to work with. It has a nice iridescent sparkle that will go good with my kind of Christmas themed card here. So let's go ahead and we're going to pop this on with, once again, more dimensionals. I want to make sure the dimensionals are only at the upper part of the tag because I don't want to glue my card shut. Let's grab 1, 2, 3. I don't know, 3 is just feeling like a good, actually, you know what? Let's do 4. I don't want this falling off. All right, so let's pull those off. Okay. All right. Let's see, we've got our dimensionals on there. And we're going to pop this. Boy, I got that tag a little bit low, didn't I? It's fine, but if I want to center my tree tag, I'm going to move this up a little bit. I might rip my cardstock a little bit. I'm just going to try to wiggle it. The quicker you move these things, usually the easier it is to move them. Yeah, I'm going to slide it up just a little bit there. How's that? Let's check that. Oh, that's perfect. All right, push it down there. And now we'll pop this on right here. Okay, so now when the card opens, the person can stand the tree, slide it right up next to that so it stands for display. Now we're going to add our little bit of sparkle to this one. So we're going to use some, do I want to use these? Hang on, I'm looking in my fun drawer to see what I want to use, what my options are. Let's try these. So these are this is what I used on the first version. These are the Adhesive Back Sequins Trio. It has Pretty Peacock Berry Burst, but this Berry Burst is just a nice pink that would go with a lot of different pinks. And then the white ones. So I'm going to use the white ones. Another great option would be these, which also come with white. I just happen to have used all mine but one. So they have copper, gold, and bronze too. All right, did anyone see where the take your pick tool? I literally had it in my hand when we were doing the ribbon. Seriously. All right, I found one. I don't think it's the one I had, but it's okay. This will work. So we're going to go ahead and, first of all, I want to just put a sequin over this hole. And then I'll put one on the other side. So just a little bit of sparkle there. Just very subtle little sparkle. And then I'm going to put a few more around my tree for some more sparkle. On the inside, I use 2 big ones. So on the front here, I'll use 2 small and 1 big. And I'm just going to kind of randomly stick them around the tree wherever. Here we go. And there we have our tree. Our frosted forest card. Can you guys see that? If maybe I'll tilt it up. You can see how it stands. You see that? Super fun. Oh, sorry, Judy, I put your comment up, but thank you. So let me show you what it looks like in Pretty Peacock, and then we'll pretend we can see what it looks like in Mossy Meadow if I can find where I have that die cut tree. So this is Shaded Spruce. This is the same card in Pretty Peacock. Why does it look so dark? Okay, there we go. I'll hold them up. So we've got the Shaded Spruce and this is the Pretty Peacock. This is the Shaded Spruce. Which one do you like better? I mean, I like them both. I think the Pretty Peacock one looks like a Colorado blue spruce, and it kind of looks like it's got frost on it a little bit. The Shaded Spruce is more intense, and yeah, I love white on white cards too. Oh yes. All right, let's see if we can figure out. Aha, found it. Take a sip, everyone. And here's what the Mossy Meadow would have looked like had we gone that road. I'm just going to cover up the Shaded Spruce. And so here is what the Mossy Meadow one looks like. Also very pretty. More like a pine tree, I guess I would say. All good options, right? All good options. So let's stand these up like so. There we go. And okay, you guys sit tight. Oh wait, here, you know what? I'm going to put the dimensions out so you can get a screenshot. And while you're taking a screenshot, I'm going to race downstairs and try not to fall and grab this card that my friend Kate Kaltoff made, if I can find it. All right, let's see. Let me make sure you can get a picture here. So again, I'm doing these for the Stamp Share for Leaders swap. And so I value your opinion on which one you like better. Yeah, I like them. Yeah, I like them both. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm back. Oh, gosh. Yeah, tripped over a tub of stamps. All right, hopefully you got the screenshot there. So this is one of the other trees in this set. This is the other masks that we didn't use tonight. This card was created by Kate Kaltoff. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's in that Mossy Meadow color. And she did not use the stamp. She just used the masks. And how striking is that for a birthday card? Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I agree with you. One looks like a spruce and one looks like a pine. You can get both. Okay, I've got some quick happy mail to share with you if you want to hang around with us. Let's move these off camera here. And let's do a quick round of happy mail. All right, so this card came in today's mail. It is from Leslie, one of my team members. Leslie, I'm so glad you're part of my Stampfield Stars family of demonstrators. Leslie joined a few months ago, and she was thanking me for the packet I sent her for our team stamp party last month, which was the over the top one in a million fun filled card. So the team, oh, my flower has slipped on this one. Hang on, that's okay. I got more. I'll have to fix that one. The humidity has not been kind to my cards here. Anyway, the team made this version. So pretty. Okay, so this one is from Leslie. I love the colors. It's kind of almost my branding. The purple and the turquoise are, and then I love how she added that pop of the granny apple green there. And then this one is from team member Lori Waddick, congratulating me on my 1 million milestone sales here. Super cute with the monkeys. I'm bananas about you. Super cute. Thank you so much, Lori. This gorgeous one is from team member Marla Foote. Marla has also joined my Stampfield Stars family fairly recently. Look how stunning this card is. Absolutely gorgeous. And I don't even know how she did it. I gotta look at this from a assembly. So these are like folded down. Yeah, I don't even know how she did that, but it is absolutely super cool, right? Such a beautiful card. And then inside she even has, I love how she put these little strips of designer paper in there. So absolutely stunning. This is the Magnolia Mood bundle. So gorgeous, or dies, I should say. This one, I can't remember if I showed this one or not on camera, so I'm showing it again. This is from Bridget, another new team member, and it was, again, for my million sales milestone. This is from the Citrus Blooms dies, and what a beautiful way to do it with glimmer paper here. And yeah, just a gorgeous, gorgeous card. Love the shape cards, right, with using the dies. And then look, she even did amazing 1 million on the inside. Beautiful card from Bridget. And then this one is from, who's this one from? Oh, Marcine Ingram, another team member, congratulating me. This is pretty in pink with basic beige, which is a great combo. I don't remember if I showed this one yet or not. They kind of got all, I have a huge basket of cards, and I'm just going to keep showing them a few on every video. So this one I might have shown, I got it, I don't know. This is the, oh, we used it a ton, you guys. Wildly Flowering is the paper, but Wildflower Designs is the name of the bundle on that one. And then this one is also from a team member. This one is from Linda Ferris. Beautiful card there. This is kind of a fun set because it's one stamp to do all those little stems and the slopes, and then a second stamp that does the blooms. So it gives you that look of a field full of flowers. And one more here. This one is from Nancy McKenzie, another team member. This one is also an easel card. So perfect way to close out our video tonight. I love it, Nancy. It is absolutely stunning. Great job. And thank you all so much for joining us for our beautiful cards tonight with the Frosted Forest bundle. Super fun. And let me go ahead and flip my camera here so that I can say goodbye. Have a great rest of your evening. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I am going to go right back in here and do some more creating, work on these swap cards. And also I'm in the midst of creating the July Crafternoon fold. Yay! So if you place an order with me in my online store or email me your order, either one, if your order is over $50, you automatically qualify for the next month's Crafternoon class. So the people who ordered in June are going to be getting the packet for the July Crafternoon, which will be a fun fold. I'm super excited about this one. And if you place an order in July here, then you'll qualify for the August Crafternoon. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, everyone. Again, you can get free project sheets over on my through my email. If you go to SueStampfield.com, click on subscribe, you'll get a welcome email that has a few project sheets to get you started right off the bat. Take care and have a great evening. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.